Hi guys, and welcome to Unity tutorial of first person shooter. So let me show you guys how this works. Now that is my neighborhood. It's kind of like an highway though, and here we have sort of like a windmill. So let's go over there and see. Right there we have a windmill. It's like there's some overgrown trees there, but the problem is we have some alien corona box on board. Yeah, we do have some corona box lying around, so it's our own duty to take care of those corona box. So let's look for them. Now let's go. Yeah, and there we go. So let's move on. Search the neighborhood. The whole idea is just for us to clear the whole neighborhood. And finally guys, I think we're very close to the aliens. There we go. Let's take them down, the corona boxes. Yeah, that one seems to be running away from me. Yeah, there's one on the... Oh, there's one on the street here. Let's see. Gotcha. There we go, guys. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you guys straight into the Unity development environment, and we put one of these together. So let's do that now, guys. Okay, let's start Unity by clicking on the new project and make sure 3D is selected. I'm going to give this a name. I just call it FPS Fighter. There. Right, there we go. My development environment is ready. I'm going to come straight to the hierarchy, click on create, and let's select plane. There we go. I might as well just change this to top and come right down. You see this is very plain. I'm going to make this side 200 by 200, 200 by 200. If you notice, the y-axis remains as 1 because y-axis is a volume. So let's move out a little bit. There we go. The next thing I want to do is to come straight here where the project is, click on create. I'm going to select folder. In that folder I'm just going to type in material there, and right inside the folder called material, click on create again. Let's create a material. This material I'm going to call the color blue there, and make sure blue is selected. Select the albedo right here, and let's change the color to something navy blue, very dark blue there. That's fine. Drag that very blue and drop it on board. I think it's now blue enough for me. I'm going to make it dark a little bit more. Yeah, something like that. Right, the next thing I want to do now is I'm going to add cubes. I have a cube in there, this very cube. I'm going to make this first size of it 100, and in here I'm just the y-axis, I'm going to make it 0.05. let's see how that's going to look like, and make the y-axis 2000. That's very good. Now right click, copy, or create a duplicate, I mean, and that is my duplicate. Drag it side here and change the x-axis of this duplicate to 50. There we go. Copy this duplicate across. One more here, I think. Yeah, and one more. Let's drag that here. Yeah, that will do. Right click on the whole duplicate again and just drag it to the other side. Now select one of these cubes, create a duplicate of it and rotate it 90 degrees. Then let's change the size of that, the Z axis, to 900. So let's just drag it across. Yeah, that's fine. Right, that's not too bad. So that means we need to move this a little bit more. Okay, we can always copy now. Yeah, let it link. Yep, let's move this. Okay, that's fine. So we can just copy this, make copies of this very one. Right, we need one. Let's move it there, and another one here. Duplicate, drag it there. Now copy the tree, Control D there if you want, and just drag it across, and there we go. So our foundation is ready. So what's going on here is these are the roads. Okay, this is the main road. So for the main road, I'm going to right click, I'm going to click on create, and let's create another material. I'll call that black, and let's change the albedo color to black. There we go. Drag that black. Okay, just drag it and drop it there. I will also change the color of these ones, but before I do that, I'm going to have to import some other assets. But then you see all of these, it's kind of like messy, so I'm going to come in here. Let's create an empty game object. So I'm just going to call these road objects there, and drag every single one of these cubes straight into my road object. Collapse that. Now the next thing I want to do is I'm going to have to go straight to my assets table. Let's select Control 9, or you can just come into Windows and select your asset store. So right here on the asset store, I'm going to look for as follows. I will be looking for standard assets. Okay, and we download that straight on board. There we go. Make sure you select that and download it. There we speed things up, right? Okay guys, I have actually imported the following. The first one here is 48 particle effect pack, all sky free. This breaker actually found those on my system. I think I must have got them from the ones I made up. The building apartment is also from the asset store. Hand painted stone, hand painted forest, low poly mini village, and here is my material. Now I have my standard asset, the street probes. Inside the street probes I have my street light and so on that I'm going to be using. Then I also have Western probe pack. Now there's no need for me just to reinvent the wheel. That's why I had to go to the Unity asset store for all of these, and here seems to have 2 of these, so I'm going to have to delete 1. There we go. Okay, so I'm now going to go back to the scene. Right there on the scene, let's enlarge my development environment a little bit. The first thing I want to do now is get some buildings in there. I don't want to use these buildings here because they're a little bit modern and I've even used it before. Let's see these village buildings. Let's see. So right there, that's one of the village buildings, so I'm going to be using that. I think there's about 3 different types. Here we even have trees and rocks and so on. Those trees looks funny. I don't think I like them. Let's see what else can we make use of. Okay, we can make use of that. Oh, that's a village toilet. Okay, that's fine. So let's come down here. Now the first one, I'm going to grab that, just drag it on board there, and I'm going to change the size of that to approximately, maybe we should try out 24 by 24 by 24 and see how that looks. Okay, that's not too bad. Yeah, let's move it somewhere here. Maybe we can drag a well to the side here. Right, that's fine. And just increase the size of that well maybe to about 16, 16 and 16. Okay, they might need a WC there. Maybe that should be at the back. Yeah, hide that. Okay, we make that about 15, 15, 15. Or maybe 20, 20, 20. Okay, 20 by 20 by 20. Right, so that's how the building is looking. Now that's for the first building. So let's come in here, grab another building, paste that in there. Let's change the size of these to 20, 20, 20. Okay, so that very building, let's just copy it across. Control D, make a duplicate, drag it to this other side, and in between we can have something in between for them. Yeah. Okay, let's come down and do the same thing for the other one. Okay, we can just copy this across anyway. Control D, let's try that again. Now Control D for both, and just drag it across. Yeah. Alright, that's good. So the very first building, I'm gonna now copy that. Copy, Control D, and just bring it on. And that's all there is to that. So I will now select everything here, all the buildings. Select it all. I think there's another one here. And just create, yeah, right click, duplicate, and just drag it across there. Then I'm going to repeat the same thing for the others and just speed it up. Okay guys, all the buildings are in place now. There they are. Right, so what is left for us to do is just to put some white markings on this road. So I'm going to select this one, and let's just right click and create a duplicate. I'm going to change the size to about, let's go for maybe 8, and I'm going to make this about maybe 100. There, let's drag it across, and let's see how that looks like. Okay, it's not that visible. Okay, let's make it 0.5. There we go. That's number 13. So right click on number 13 and let's create duplicate and just copy it across. So move that. Okay, so I'm gonna have to speed that up, and I'll get back to you guys shortly after I've completed the road markings. There we go guys, this is how it's looking now. The road markings are completed, so but you won't be able to see it. I'm gonna have to add first person to that. So let's come in here and just maybe increase that. I'm gonna just press shift and bring it there. That is it. Okay, that's how the road markings is looking now. There we go. Right, so that's the whole neighborhood. That's how it all looks. So what I'm going to do now is I'm now going to change the look of the side roads. So let's make that a little bit homely and friendly. So let's end that. Shift escape as well. I'm going to go to my, let's come right down here and select the folder called material. In the material, I'm going to create another material, and I'll just call that bricks. There we go. For the bricks, I'm going to now select some bricks that I have in here. So let's grab something that will give it a bit of good look. I don't like that. So let's come in here, select this other one. Okay, that's fine. So grab one of those bricks and just drop it here and see how that's gonna look like. Grab the material, drop it there. No, I want it on here. There we go. Alright, that's not too bad, but I'm going to have to change. Let's select the bricks material. I'm going to have to change this to, let's say the x-axis, y-axis is 8. Yeah, that's a little bit much better. So I'm going to select the rest of the road and just speed things up. Drag the brick, drop it there. I'll repeat the same thing for the rest of the neighborhood roads. Okay guys, it's all done now, and this house is looking right now. So all I'm just gonna do now is let me add some trees and so on. But first thing first, I'm going to come up here, you see windows, and I'm going to select I think it's going to be in rendering. Okay, then let's select a lightning system. I want to change the SkyBox, so click on that and let's look for a sky there. I'm going to go for this all sky night. Right, all sky night moon. Okay, let's click on that, and there we go. Look at that. And one other thing is, you see, for the plane, let me come back here and just press shift and space, the shift and the space bar that I press to get that. I'm going to select the plane itself, and what I want to do is, okay, it's the blue. Let's come on here. You see, come straight to the albedo. That's the property that I use for the background. On the albedo, I'm going to select this small icon, and I want something, just something to make it look a little bit jagged but still retain the blue color. I think I'm going to settle for this cliff normal. Right, there we go. And if you guys have a good look at it, look at how it looks now. Okay, yeah, I think that's all right. Okay, the next thing I am going to embank on now will be, maybe we should add some trees. And you see here we have some space in there. Maybe here I'm going to add, let's just press Ctrl or just create a duplicate, and here what I'm going to do is drag that. Let's drag what I've just done now. I think it's right here. Yeah. Let's drag that, yeah, to the other side. Okay, I'm going to make the size of that about 40. And now we then convert that to kind of like a pavement on the side of the road itself. I think that might be too much. Let's make it 30. Right. Now I'm going to have to create another material. Let's come in here, material there, and that material I'm going to call it stone. So I need the content inside this painted stone texture. Right, I think it's right there. So let's come in here and I think it's texture I'm gonna go for. There we go. Drag it, drop it there. Right, and then drag this material straight onto that particular, where is it now? Okay, there we go. So drag it, where is it? Right here, drag and drop it right here. Now I want it here, not there. Okay, that's 22. Let's put it on 22 here then. Drag and drop it right inside 22. That's it right there. But the other thing is I need to now change. Let's change the tiling. So I want to make the tiling, let's go for about 16 and see how it's gonna look like. 1 by 16, or let's say 2 by 16. No, I want to leave it as 1 by 16. So I will now copy this across. So make sure it's selected, and I'll just come in here, right click, create a duplicate, right, and drag that here, there. Okay, they are right by the side of the road itself. Okay, we can now add some trees and street light. I have some prefab or assets here, street pros. So let's come in here and get some street light. That's the street light there. Let's see if there's any other one. Okay, I may have to settle for this. I'm just gonna drag it, drop it here somewhere. Let's do that again. Yeah, there we go. And let's change the size to maybe 20 by 20 by 20. There. We have our street lights right there. So let's just copy that across. Come right here. Where's the day? There we go. Right click, duplicate, drag, maybe there. Repeat the same thing again. Right click, duplicate, or you can always press Ctrl D. And another one. And I'm just gonna speed that up. Okay, and I have all the street light in place. So I'm gonna do one thing quick. Maybe I should just add the boxes that I intend to use. So those boxes would be the, I kind of like nickname them as Corona box. Okay, those are the boxes I'll be shooting anyway. But one thing, I also need a bullet. No, I don't need a bullet. I need a gun. Right. Well, first thing first, let's come in here. See, I have a package here called Western Prop Pack. Okay, that's where I got all of this from. You can always locate that on the internet, and I will also include the link to this very Western Prop Pack for you guys to have a look at if you want. Okay, so we'll click on Western Prop Pack, and we need the models. Let's come in here. Then I need this wooden crate. Okay, let's come. Those are the texture. Let's just come to model here. There we go. Drag that and just drop it there. So I'm going to increase the size of that to about maybe 2, 0.2, 0.2, 0.2 all the way there. So what I would then do is I'm going to add rigid body to that. There we go, add a rigid body, and what else? And I will also add box collider. Right there. So I have a rigid body and box collider. So that is that very box ready. So I will now right click on it and just create a duplicate and just copy it across. It's like there's virus in it, so we need to get rid of it. Right click again. Okay, I have two, which can just take care of one first, then from there we can copy it across. I'm going to delete that. Now I have this here, so that's fine. This can be copied across. The next one is if you notice, this one is just wooden crate. The next one, I'm going to select this and just drop it there. That is the wooden crate, the cracked one. So first thing, let's increase the size of it to, so that we can see 20 by 20 by 20. Right. Okay, and now we also come right inside the Western prop and select the texture. Let's let it look like a proper wooden crate. Let's see, can we do that here? No, we can't, but I think we can do that for this one. Or we may have to. Let's see, where is it? Yeah, that's fine for this. This one we have to do it inside the wooden crate itself because it's broken into pieces. Alright, so we have to do that individually, but first thing first, let's select it all, select the shattered pieces and add rigid body. There we go. I'm also going to add mesh collider because it is broken into pieces. Since mesh collider is added, you see this convex, we have to select that. Make sure it's selected. Okay, let's see if we add this. Can we add this to it? No, we just have to add it individually. Okay, so I'm going to do that individually. Okay, so kind of like give it the look of a box. So let me show it to you guys properly. Look at that. It has the look of a proper box now compared to how it was before. If you wondered how it was before, I can just show you one of the boxes and you guys will see how that looks like. Let's drag this down. If I drag this there and just change the size to 20 by 20 by 20, this was how it looks before I apply the texture. So I'm going to get rid of it anyway. I don't need that. Delete. There. Alright, you see this very one? I will now convert it to a prefab so that I can reuse it. Okay, that's the whole idea of a prefab. So first thing, collapse that. I will now drag this and drop it inside my asset. Drop it there, and I'm going to select original prefab. There we go. We can now select this. I will just come in here, select and delete it. We already have it on the system as a prefab that we can use over and over again. It's there, right there somewhere. Okay, we get rid of this. Yeah, that is it right there. Okay, now let's add some trees before we start work with any of the codings. I'm going to drag this up a little bit, and in here, standard asset, inside my standard asset, I do have some trees in there, but I'll come in here, just change it to 2 columns so that I can see the trees. So let's select standard asset and select models. Come right down and let's look for trees. There we go. Drag, drop. Okay, so that looks like little grass, so we can just hold on to the control and copy again, but I need proper trees. Let's put some here. Let's increase that to about 12. That seems to be too much. 9 by 9 by 9. Okay, it's like it's in the house. Okay, 777. Right. Okay, so I can now just speed that up and just use this very tree, create duplicates, and I'll get back to you guys. Okay, I've added all the trees in place. This is how it all looks like now. Kind of like give it a bit of life, I think. Yeah, I like it. Okay, that's fine. Maybe we can even add 1 or 2 cars, or maybe a lorry on the side. So let's look for that, if we can get hold of one of those. Let's press shift and space bar. Click on that and repeat that. There we go. So let's come down here and just look for something to do with it. Yeah, there's one here. I can see one. There we go. Click, drag, drop it somewhere here. And let's increase that to maybe 10 by 10 by 10. Okay, that's not too bad. And rotate it, let's say 90 degrees. Yeah. Control D, copy across. Maybe add one here. Copy that, repeat it. I'll just undo that and repeat it again. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Okay, one other thing I'll do before I move any further is I'm going to add first person here. Let's come straight to our standard assets. Come right down here. Okay, go to character. Inside the character, let's select first person character, then go to the prefab, and I'm just going to drag this, the first person controller. Let's drop it somewhere here, or maybe, yeah, somewhere here. Right, let's try it and see how that's going to look like. We have our first person controller there. Look at the guys rolling along the street. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay guys, with that I'll just call it the end of this first part of this tutorial. I'll see you guys shortly.